And then everyone saw the shot over and over again when you were informed during that game against the Nuggets. By the way, a win over the Nuggets back on March 11th. How excited are you? Excited are you that the team is now getting back together with the training camp starting up next week?
I'm so ready to talk about basketball. You have no idea. Look, all these issues are really, really, really important. But at the same time, we all need diversions. And the mental health of our country and the city of Dallas and North Texas, we want something to cheer for. We want something to get excited about. And if the Mavs can provide that diversion, look, and it's not to say that there won't be times when our players use their platform. Again, this is bigger than basketball. But when that ball is bouncing and for those 48 minutes on the clock, I think it's going to be great for everybody.
You know, they did a chart. I was watching one of the national networks, and they did a chart, Mark, on low risk, medium risk, high risk in terms of different sports. Where's basketball?
Well, I mean, look, if we just went to a park and played pickup, it'd be high risk, because there's complete uncertainty on the tracing of anybody that you're playing with. But for the NBA, it's different because we're taking the Hotel California approach where you check in and you don't leave until you're eliminated from the playoffs. There'll be stringent testing and checking and protocols in place. And the reality, Keith, is I think it's going to be safer, given how young the demographic is of NBA players, safer to be in our bubble than it will be just to be at home. You see the rising number of cases being predominantly among young kids who think they're invincible. Well, that's the age of our players. And so I'm very confident that it'll be much safer for them in the bubble than at home.
Luka is back in town, KP as well, but they went back to their native countries during the pandemic, right?
Yeah, and I have to admit that I was 180 degrees wrong in talking to them. I did everything possible to talk them out of it, but they were smarter than me. I thought, well, Slovenia's on the border of Italy, and Italy at that point in time had more cases per capita than anybody, and that's so dangerous. He's like, Mark, you don't understand. It'll be fine. It's a small country. We protect each other. And he was right. And KP, the same thing. And Slovenia still, I think, is 1-2 cases a day, and Latvia, 5 or 10 cases a day type thing, while our cases keep on increasing. But the bigger point is it allowed them to work out because their countries opened up a lot sooner than ours did. And, their gyms were open. And even though they were very careful, he could put together a group to work out with, to shoot with, even to play some pickup with. And hopefully that'll give us a big advantage.
What should we expect in terms of the product that we see? I mean, obviously it's going to be sneakers squeaking, and we're going to hear things that we haven't heard before, and we're not going to hear cheering.
You're going to hear some cheering, but we're going to do it some technological ways. We're going to make it so you can press buttons, you can scream into a phone, and we'll pipe it in there. So they're going to hear some things. It's going to be kind of weird, but at least on TV they'll hear it. But it's going to be a little different. It's funny when I took over the Mavs and I started doing all the in-game entertainment, whether it was the Maniacs or music, changing up the music or putting on the videos, all these different entertainment things. All these old school basketball fans said, oh, that's awful. We want to hear the sneaker sounds. Well, we're going to find out. All those people will say, turn off all the other stuff. We just want basketball. They're going to have that option, and we're going to find out if that's a better way.